Hi, Michael Correnti. My story, and I'm sticking to it. There are a lot of reasons why Rhode Island is a great place to shoot films, and then you throw in a 25% tax credit. It makes it all that much more attractive. The Rhode Island state tax credit for film production in Rhode Island is in its infancy. Even in its infancy, it's one of the most effective programs that the state's ever seen. Even in the first 2 years, it's been tremendously successful.
Usually the problem between politics and business is that in business we expect to invest some monies that we will not see a return on for a couple of years. To me, the film industry is one of the great chances that Rhode Island has to get back on the map in this country, and I don't think we should miss this opportunity.
Look, Louisiana's been doing it for years. There are other states that have been doing it for years successfully.
How come there aren't more jobs? Yeah, we see there's tons of people being employed by the film industry in Rhode Island right now, but we expected more. In order to work on a film set, you need to be trained, and you have to work on a film set to be trained. So therefore, it's gonna take a couple of years.
There's so many jobs in the film business that people don't think of. People just think of the director, the producer, the actors, but there's so many things that go on to making a film.
These are good paying jobs, mostly union jobs. The other thing is you do not need a college degree.
This investment is going to pay off big, not just in terms of real dollars, but it's going to pay off bigger in keeping our younger people here in Rhode Island, which they've left in droves because industry has basically been not favorable here.
I've worked in the toy industry in the past, and now we're at the point where we're trying to develop another type of creative industry, and that happens to be the film industry.
Well, I think as the infrastructure grows and the crew base grows, you're able to sustain and support more features.
Well, I ended up getting a role on Brotherhood. I play a character, Limpy O'Connor. If the tax credits, if they pass that bill, then I'll be out of work.
And for myself, it's almost like taking away my bread and butter. As an extra backdrop, I've made some good money. Not great money, but I can tell you this, the money that I did make went to paying my utilities.
Probably the reason I'm still here in Rhode Island. We probably would have taken off and retired and gone on to Florida or elsewhere.
So I thought Rhode Island would be a good move for me, a lot of support, my family's here, and I figured I could get in on the ground level of what was happening.
Well, I don't think it's a coincidence that many of the universities have film programs now that they didn't have 4 or 5 years ago. So for people that are looking for film as a career, the more big profile projects we have locally, the more of a name our universities are going to sort of inherit by osmosis.
You can have a job here in the film industry, working where you grew up, making Hollywood movies. That can happen if these tax credits are in place. You get rid of them, then we're basically telling the film students, don't go to school here, because you're just gonna have to move afterwards.
I know that it's going to scare away the work. I've read up a little bit about it and how other areas that have caps have had that experience. And you know, Massachusetts and Connecticut are right next door. And if we put the cap on and they don't, it's all gonna go to them.
Now, let me just get something straight. People don't rush to Rhode Island to make movies because they like us. The studio system will justify shooting a Western right there as the backdrop if they could make 25 cents on the dollar. So let's not kid ourselves. There's financial incentive for people to come here. If they don't come here, they'll drive into Connecticut and then they'll shoot half the movie there. They'll come through Rhode Island without a tax credit situation, get gas to drive into Massachusetts and shoot their movie there. We have to be competitive, no question.